Sonia and Sacha, for real.
We are so happy that you've decided to listen to Bring Back Live on Live FM. This is the Sonia and Sacha for Real show. We've had a very different show today, Sash, haven't we? We've had the voice of Melbourne. We've broken down the Biden-Trump thing. You know, we're getting into it today.
Now, this is the for real section where we get down a little bit more serious and we talk about what's really going on in the community, because there's lots of stuff going on, and COVID really has affected lots of communities, some more than others. And so we have an expert on the line here, and someone from the CMY, which is the Centre of Multicultural for Youth. This is our like jam. We've got
exactly
Martha
where we live, right in that little pocket right there.
Now she did actually give us a pronunciation of her
You
name.
ready? I've got it. I think I've got it. Martha Metuisela.
That's it.
Ooh, hey, welcome to the show, Martha.
You are just gorgeous, Martha. You have this radiating warmth off you.
Really? It must be my ring light. Maybe my lashes.
No. Oh my God, did you put on lashes?
Smile.
Oh, I'll tell you, I could talk about lashes, but that's not why we are here, okay? So, Martha, you've been born and raised in the Melbourne's West, and you're from Tonga, and you are part of the Centre of Multicultural for Youth, and it's the LeMana project. Now, we're not talking banana LeMana or LeMana banana and all of that sort of stuff. So, can you explain that to us? What is that in a bit of a nutshell?
Yeah, so LeMana means to empower. So to empower our young people. So within my job, I work with Pacifica and Māori young people between the ages of 12 to 25. So for anyone that doesn't know what Pacifica is, it's the islands of the South Pacific. So from New Zealand to Samoa to Fiji to Tonga, Cook Islands, and so on.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, wow. I didn't actually know all that. Did you know that, Sonia? All of those, that little cluster?
I didn't know that we had a name for Pacifica, the islands. I didn't know that, but I'm not very good at geography. But you know what I do love? I love all of those people that come from those places, because I've never met such incredible, they're just so warm and so talented and so family oriented, and they just put their arms around you and they bring you into their circle, and there's just so much love going on in there. Is that how your life is, your job is every day, Martha? Like, how cool.
I get a lot of hugs and a lot of, I deal with a lot of young boys who look like they're 20, but really they're 16. So big boys. Yeah, I get it's so rewarding to be able to work and support my own community. So, yeah.
And it's really interesting that you said lots and lots of hugs, because, I mean, where there are certain cultures that physical affection is a really, really big thing. Okay. I mean, I'm Italian, and you kiss when you walk in the door, you kiss when you walk out the door. And even if you're just going to the garage or to the fridge outside to get a drink, you still give them a kiss and all of that sort of stuff. Right. So I know
when the pasta comes.
Pass me the parmesan. Here's a kiss. So I know that this has been, it's kind of like, for me, when I've seen somebody, I almost don't know how to greet them. I'm a little bit lost, and I would assume within your own culture, how are you dealing with that? Because, can we social distance? Can we give the hug, or do you do a sneaky hug and not tell anyone?
Yeah, sometimes you have to do a sneaky hug and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
Or just wave and then go around the corner and be like, how are you?
You're creating a cluster there, Martha. That's all I can say. And I completely, because I just don't think as a society, and specific in certain cultures, that we just can't live without it. And I think if we've got to 0 cases for 5 days and we're doing a little bit of sneaky hugging, I think that for a state, I think that we're doing all right. We should get a little bit of a medal. Now, what does it mean that you actually do? What do you physically do for a job?
I'm a youth worker, so we basically run programs within schools. We do one-on-one mentoring. We also do secondary consultations for service providers. So if case managers don't have the capacity to provide extra support for that young person, and they obviously come from Pacifica Māori backgrounds, we definitely jump in there and just give them that extra support type of thing. So we do a lot. We run festivals as well. So we build a lot of partnerships. Normally the NRL Harmony Festival that happens once a year, we partner up and we do basically a lot of festivals and a lot of community events. Yeah.
So tell us, what are the young people experiencing right now?
So right now, mental health is a big, big subject within, especially within our community, our young people, and they're just finding it really difficult, being isolated, being at home, having to deal with the responsibilities at home, dealing with homework, and as well as just the online schooling. So it's been really hard on them. And generally in our family homes, we don't just live with our siblings. We've got our cousins, we've got our uncles. Yeah. It's it's kind of not common to have 5 people. It's 5 and up. 5 people in the house is minimum. So also finding that private space. So young people are finding it really hard just to try and get that well-being within their mental health space. Yeah.
Because it's absolutely right. Like when schools, and we've never even known how to be able to do this, but when schools say you need to be online in a class and it needs to be quiet and you need to say something, if you've got 5 other people within your household, I know for me, we've only got 4 people in our household and it's really hard to get that quiet space. So for them, it must be so frustrating and really difficult to even concentrate.
Mm-hmm. So we're having to find creative ways to kind of engage with them, especially if we're having conversations that they don't want to have around their siblings or their parents. So I decided to do this journal which traveled to every young person and they would write whatever what was going on in their mind. So kind of like a anonymous Dear Diary type of journal, which went around Victoria. So far I've done 3 books. 3 journals. The 4th one is out. So we just use Uber Collect, and it just went from one house to the other house to the other house. So it was kind of inspired by was it
Freedom Riders
or something like
Freedom Riders. I love that movie where she gets them to write something. Oh, wait, the minute you said that, I thought, is that from Freedom Riders where they just have to write something every day just to get them to write?
It was just because I had to find a creative way on how to keep them going and write down some sort of goals and stuff. I was like, I'm just going to send over some either equipment or just some journals and then just either record a mixtape or something. So we have a West Side mixtape coming out. So young people putting out all their emotions out there. So
that's incredible. And what were you finding was the common theme that throughout the journals? Was there some common kinds of threads?
I read around a few of them. It was just it's just basically they're trying to heal. They just feel isolated. That there was no worth in them doing anything. Just trying to find extra hobbies. Either one of them had witnessed their friend committing suicide, so it's the ripple effect of those young people. So it was pretty heavy stuff to read. I think this is what they look like.
It even looks awesome. Like the Freedom Riders book.
Pretty much.
I know that movie inside out, back to front. So and the other thing I also know is that sometimes often speaking about mental health and actually talking about that is something that is taboo within different cultures. How do you think within the Pacifica cultures, are they talking about mental health? Is it something that you can go to someone and say, I'm not dealing with this? Is that not so much allowed, but is it almost frowned upon if you're not? Hey, step it up, buddy. You should be coping with this. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it is. It's really taboo. So it's kind of looked down upon because a lot of the Pacifica community are very religious. They feel like it's either like the devil or some sort of curse. So very spiritual people. So it could be karma, could be your family's cursed with something. You probably did something previously to just, for your child to, gain that mental health or having some sort of issues. We're just trying to create that awareness. A lot of communication is happening with me and the parents, just letting them know it's nothing bad. It's something that we need to be aware of, and just kind of educating. So a lot of my work is educating a lot of the community and as well as the parents of the young people, and trying to keep them accountable of what's happening in terms of mental health. Yeah.
Oh, so what can we do as adults in the community? What can we do? Not necessarily from that particular culture, but what can we all do?
Yeah, I would say just spread the awareness that, you know, mental health is real. It's okay to feel not okay. You know, we need to normalize it in a way. And just spread those messages, and I think once we start spreading that awareness and making it and just spreading that awareness, it definitely get towards the community. Like I said, it's something really taboo at this point of time. So what I've just been doing is doing that journal work, releasing some sort of mixtape. When restrictions start to ease, we're going to turn it into some sort of music, or do something with it. So I've got pretty much 3 golden books with awesome lyrics, music, raps, spoken word.
Well, you need to send it to us.
You know
so
what?
We can put them on
and
air.
that's the thing that we need. We would be absolutely honored to play some of the music that comes from your project on the station here. So please make sure that happens. How do people get in contact, and how do we find out more about what you're doing, Martha?
If they just jump onto CMY on the website and type in LeMana, they'll be able to reach out from there. A lot of young people know that I'm involved with Lab, which is called Living and Breathing, which is a music program. So they can jump on Lab Fams on Instagram, and they will catch us on Discord every Tuesday night.
Incredible. You know what? Sacha and I have for years have worked with lots of young people from the Pacifica community. We say that we raise them. You know, we used to run drop-in programs out in the West, and you know, we've never met a group of young people with more respect and, you know, with such talent. Like that, we would just give them a guitar and they would start playing, or they'd start dancing, or they'd start rapping, or, you know, if you give them an opportunity and you give them the space and the time, they are such incredible young people with so much to give. So let's get behind this if you can, everybody. And thank you so much for your time today, Martha. That's really incredible. We'll definitely play your music on our show, and we can't wait to do that. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you.
Oh, you're amazing. Oh my goodness, Sash, great show. Again, lots and lots to talk about.
We always learn lots of different things,
don't we? We're so lucky. We're so lucky to do this. Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, Ralph, the station owner, for bringing us on. You're a champion. Yeah. We've got another great big show next week. We'll tell you about that on our social media during the
week next week. NAIDOC, we've got a massive show. Like, we have guests just coming out from everywhere.
Coming out of our guests. Yeah, we do.
We are so excited. And do you know who else we've got on as a guest? Santa. That's all I'm just saying. Santa's coming on. We've got the real life Santa from the North Pole coming on to our radio show. He's going to talk to us all about social distancing when you get your Santa photos. I can't wait. But NAIDOC Week is really, really, and we love NAIDOC Week, and that's a really important thing to us. So we want to look to the superstars. We want to look to the future of what, you know, within our nation's first people. So we're really excited about that.
Can't wait. All right. You guys all have an amazing week. Thank you for listening to the Sonia and Sacha for Real show. I love you, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Bring back live on Live FM, Sonia and Sacha for Real. Thank you.
Sonia and Sacha for Real.